Hello, my name is Melissa Alatorre. I just graduated from the University of Texas Rio Grande Valley with a bachelor's in graphic design. So Professor Ping invited me to come and do this program after hearing me do a presentation on my portfolio for graduation. And I told him about some of my experiences and where I've worked before. And I used to work at Disneyland, so I have that experience of working with kids, families, and all kinds of situations from all sorts of backgrounds. And, working there really makes you realize how small the world is and how many different people there are everywhere. And being offered to go to another country and teach, share your culture and then learn from theirs and pick up from each other to kind of improve ourselves as a society really stuck to me. So I couldn't say no, and I was really excited to learn more about another country that I honestly didn't know much about before. All of the kids in every single school have been absolutely amazing. They are super eager to learn, they're super excited. Usually they're very shy at first, but once you find a way to communicate with the students properly, they open up to you and they start being more interested in you and your culture and where you're coming from. And in that struggle of wanting to understand you more, that is where they themselves try to communicate. And that's where they push their limits and they try to really ask you questions and really try to get to know you. So if they say something and you don't really understand, you repeat, oh, can you say that again? And they'll repeat it. And in repeating themselves, it just helps them learn. And it's really different when you're learning from a textbook versus when you're talking to somebody. So students have been wonderful, and not just in class, but just passing the hallway, they want to talk to you and they approach you. So being in class with them, and that just kind of breaks the boundary, and that's where they want to get to know you more. And I think that's where it really helps, when they want to talk to you as a person. So right now I am again in my third area. So I'm with my third host family. All of them have been absolutely amazing. I honestly don't even know how to thank them enough. They have been wonderful, from sharing their culture, their food, their experiences with us, and bringing us into their family and opening their homes for us. That is just really special. And, from taking us to the night market to taking us to the different temples. And our first host family really went in depth when we were going through a temple, and we learned a lot about where you should walk in from, the different gods and how you show respect, and how people, pray to them, and, the burning of the money and everything. So you really get to learn more about their culture through talking to your host family, and having that interaction with them is super important, and having them teach you so much in such a short amount of time is amazing. And I really, really appreciate that. And just, they never let you be hungry. They're always giving you food, and that's how they show that they care. At least that's what they told me. So thank you from the bottom of my heart to every single host family that I've been with. It's been a really special experience so far. Something that has really impressed me is some of the cultural differences that we have in our education system, the US versus here in Taiwan. I really love how the kids are taught to, clean up after themselves, to take care of the school, and to take care of, the area where they study, and really just respect it, respect. I see that a lot. Even the kids that are the most hyper and they're really like noisy and playful, even they know when to, calm down and listen to their teacher and show that respect. And I think that is beautiful, and I feel like sometimes we don't see that a lot to the extent that I've seen it here, and that is something that I would really like to take back home and implement it in my family, starting off in my family, and then just kind of start sharing that It's just really the culture, I think, here that is really beautiful.